After a thrilling overtime victory on Wednesday against Chicago, the Devils travel to Washington, D.C. as their road trip continues. In that game against Chicago, the Devils lose two forwards, Cody Glass and Zach McEwen. They'll be out for a while. Then we find out on that road trip, as it continued, there was a non-hockey accident suffered by Jack Hughes, and unfortunately, Chico, he's going to be gone for 6 to 8 weeks, hopefully less, maybe a little more. And the Devils come to Washington, and it took a while, but they come up with a W.
Yeah, I think it was a night that both teams, the fans here, they enjoyed it, and the Devils got the 2 points, and that's what counts for the Devils. But I think everybody's leaving happy. So it's just a great little road trip, a mini road trip, but it just builds and builds the confidence and the camaraderie, and hey, we can win any which way we have to. And they fell behind in the shootout tonight. The Devils did, and I thought, maybe not. But they found a way to come back with a great move by Jesper Bratt, and then Simon Nemec going down the right side, leans into the left, and shoots it right through the legs, I think, of the goaltender. So, Matty, that is the bottom line, right? We always say it's the W. It's not, you can break down all you want about how the two teams played. It doesn't matter. It's the W, and the Devils got it.
4-0-1 in their last 5. All have gone extra time, and the Devils improve on the season to 13-4-1, 27 points for the New Jersey Devils. While we await reaction from the dressing room, and we hope to have a guest from outside that dressing room, let's check out some highlights. And we go back to the first period, and you talked in our pregame show about the importance of the Devils' power play. Devils with the man advantage in a scoreless first period. Gritsuk down low, plot centers, and Nason just flipped it high and wide. Oh, he was open, so was the net. Gritsuk with the blast, he scores!
One-timer.
The power play goal for Arseny Gritsuk, and the Devils take a 1-0 lead. They had a brief 5-on-3. They scored on the 5-on-4. Washington helping the Devils to that early good start by taking 3 straight penalties at the start of the game. But Gritsuk with his second power play goal of the year for the rookie. Luke Hughes and Paul Cotter with the assists. And why was the power play so important in your mind?
Well, it's the one area where the Devils can say, even without Jack Hughes, we have skill that equals or is better than other teams, and I agree. And if you then can score, and not just score, but get scoring chances, the goal is the most important. But I just think it gives you a great sense of confidence. And then, Matty, as we saw, for the first 2 periods, it's all New Jersey, but the game's not over yet.
No, not at all, but the Devils did get off to that early start on the Gritsuk goal. Later on in the period, scary moment for the Devils that ended with a thumbs up. Sandin fans on it. Here's Meyer on a break. Meyer across the line. In front it goes. Brad. Oh, the puck rolled off his stick, and he couldn't put a shot on goal. And now he's drilled in the corner by Ovechkin. No penalty. Here's Luke Hughes with the shot. He scores. There it is. Number 1 for Luke Hughes. And finally gets that monkey off his back. First of the season. First in 23 games. The good news is, well, it was 2-0. That's the good news.
Yeah.
The better news is that Jesper Bratt rocked by Alex Ovechkin, but finished the game.
Yeah, didn't seem to slow him down, did it?
No, not at all.
And you'll get to that later.
Well, the assist went to Brendan Dillon and Bratt at 17:46, and the Devils had the 2-0 lead. Little did we know that the scoring for New Jersey would dry up at that point. But let's credit the goalies who were scintillating. Jake Allen, who picked up the victory, his 7th of the season, made consecutive saves on Hendrix Lapierre. There was a brilliant 1-2 save by Logan Thompson on Bratt and Nico Hischier. And then, it was Jake Allen on Dylan Strome. To the blue line it goes. Washington's Chychrun plays it down low. It comes out high to Leonard. Now to Chychrun. A wrist shot off the glove. The rebound is saved by Allen on Strome. So Jake Allen doing his work against the Washington Capitals.
Well, it seemed like tonight, Matty, yeah, you were impressed with one save, but there were at least 4 that were combination saves, where the second save after the first was even more brilliant.
And so it was still 2-0 as we go into the third period. Now, Washington got off to the early start with a goal 1 minute in from Connor McMichael, his second of the season. Alex Ovechkin and Jacob Chikrin with the assists. And Washington really came on. They had the emotion going. They were just the better team for a good part of the third period. And, well, sometimes puck luck comes into play, as you like to say, Chico. And so they got that, did the New Jersey Devils, when Tom Wilson thought he had scored. Banks one. Well, I'm not sure who he was looking for, but it was grabbed by Washington's Dowd, and now it's on to Roy. Finds a man coming down the middle. Tom Wilson backhand off the post. Oh, what a break. How did he get loose? Now here's a shot blocked away by Allen. How did he get loose?
Well, they were changed. Devils were changing, so they had nobody out there. He had changed earlier. He was all alone. And, Matty, that is the play of the game. Because if he scores, well, you can't really say it's the play of the game because there were so many. But, I mean, if he scores on that, you can imagine the momentum, this building going crazy. But he didn't.
No, the post came into play, and maybe just a tip of the blade, too.
A little bit of, yes. Yeah, thank you, Matty. Give the goalie a little credit.
Got a piece of it, and Wilson was denied. Now, this isn't the greatest goal that the Great Eight has scored in his career. No. It's not a record-setting goal. However, it is his 902nd. And so, out of tribute to Alex Ovechkin, well, this is one of the highlights of the game. 11:41 to go. Off the face-off, Sandin shot deflects to the far wall. Picked up there by McMichael. He has the goal. Wrist one in front for Ovechkin, who scored.
Ovechkin.
He out-muscles Luke Hughes, and we're tied at 2. Or, as you said, outspun Luke Hughes.
Yeah, that's exactly. He spun, and as he's spinning, the puck goes off. Remember, it's your right-handed shot. The puck's going, if you're looking at the net, it's going to your right. It's going off his stick, and I thought he was going to lose it. But then he gave it the extra stretch and hooked it with the toe of his blade and then whipped it. And I don't think Jake Allen expected him to get to that puck. But he is the Great Eight, and he got his 902nd with a terrific reach and finish.
It's incredible when you think of that. 902 goals. The all-time goal scorer in NHL history. That goal came at 8:29. McMichael and Strome with the assist. The game was tied at 2, and that's the way it stood until we went to overtime. Well, it still stayed tied at 2 through overtime, but this sequence we're going to call the play of the game. Brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner. Now it's Pratt with it. On to Meyer, gets a step. He's in deep. Snapper, save, rebound. Oh, what a save by Thompson on Nemitz. Robbery here in D.C. Now it's Ovechkin across the line. Top of the far circle. In front. Oh, what a save by Allen on Wilson. Devils on a 2-on-1. Here comes Pratt with Meyer. Pratt looks for Meyer and getting a piece and just deflecting the play is Sandin. Oh, my. Yeah, indeed. The plural plays of the game brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner.
Yeah, that was a dandy. I mean, and that brought the crowd to its feet. And, I mean, that's why we love hockey, Matty. I mean, you think they're going to score? Oh, no, they're not. No. It just was back and forth like that all night.
And we went back and forth into a shootout eventually. 65 minutes, not enough to find a winner. It was Dylan Strome starting things off with a goal to give Washington the lead, but the Devils would finally come back. Jesper Bratt, the second Devils shooter, tied it up. Beauvillier, their second shooter, didn't score. McMichael didn't score. Ovechkin didn't score as Jake went falling down to his right and got the paddle down to make a save. Well, it came down to the fourth Devils shooter, and hey, this turned out to be an extra point for New Jersey. And it is Shimon Nemitz. Right wing circle. Cuts in front. Shot. He scores. It goes off the post and in. The hot hand and the good roll of Shimon Nemitz continues. And the Devils have won in a shootout. Well, I thought it went off the post, but it went in. That's all that mattered. It went 5-hole on Logan Thompson.
Well, exactly, and all the great saves. Now, remember that Thompson's made. Now, he holds the stick in his left hand. Okay, so his glove's in his right. Most goalies don't. But as Simon Nemec started to lean across, he's coming down on the right, starts to lean across, Matty, I just saw it 3 times. He pushes his stick to his right, as you're looking at it to the left, and you look at the goal. That's not a good goal. Simon Nemec goes, he just slid it straight ahead right through his legs. And you think, how, after so many games, great saves, highway robbery that you described, how could he let that one in? But that's hockey. And also, Maddie, don't you think there's just a little bit of magic or something in the stick and body of Simon Nemec right now?
Oh, yeah, we're seeing it in front of our eyes. By the way, Nemec tonight, let's look at his ice time. Well, 23:42, which is nice, but for a defenseman, not bad considering overtime and all that. Luke Hughes almost 30 minutes tonight, 29:44, a 2-point night for the Devils defenseman, a goal and an assist, and Nemec scores it. By the way, those guys are pretty young, aren't they?
Oh, isn't that the best news? Not the best news, but that is great news, Matty, because we're going to say the best is yet to come with them.
Yeah, Luke 22, Shimon 21. And the Devils happy to have those guys as foundational pieces among many. And the Devils improved to 13-4-1 with the win. Afterwards, Nico Hischier had this to say.
It's not going to be perfect every time, but this is a group about grinding out things.
Yeah, it was a grindy win. I mean, we battled really hard, and adversity is hitting us, and it's good to have that road win.
I know for you guys, it's always that next man up mentality, but when you do lose a player like Jack, there is that moment where a game breaker like that is out. How do you feel just sort of how important this was to get this win right off the bat?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's obviously a big hit to see Jack out again, but at the end of the day, these things happen, and we can't change it, and you got to move forward, and good teams find a way, and we got to hold the fort for him, and that's what we're trying to do here, and I think everybody bought in, and that's why we got a grindy win, and that's important for morale for sure.
How about Nemo and just what he's done really the last 3 years?
Yeah, it's been fun watching him. Give him the puck, good thing will happen.
Nico, what is the kind of the mood of the team right now, and with the Jack injury, and how are you trying to keep everyone level as captain?
We got Jack out obviously, but we got other guys out as well. So next man up. Just gotta dig in even more, and obviously we feel bad for Jack, feel bad for all the other guys that are out that would like to be in the lineup, but it is what it is. We gotta be resilient there. Can't change it. It happened. So from now we got to move forward, and that's the way we got to win hockey games, with grinding, with working really hard, and till the end. And it's definitely good that we got this win here.
Nico, you talk about resilience. When you look at that third period, the Caps come back, they tied the game. What did you like, or what did you appreciate about the way you guys were able to handle how much they were really pressing in that third and keeping things?
Yeah, it's just a bit normal too that if you're up 2-0, the home team is down 2-0, it's going to come out strong, and they have a push, and they scored on us 2 goals, but we didn't break in, so that's obviously positive. And like I said, we battled till the end, and Jacob did an unbelievable job again, and got the win somehow, but these counts as well.
When you see Jake make those big saves in the third to keep it tied, does that kind of give you guys a little more boost momentum?
Sure, yes.
That's a pretty simple answer. Yeah, when the goalie makes saves like that, boy, you say he's on, we better be on, and that's what happened tonight.
Well, when you look at tonight's game, you got to see that. And I'm not criticizing questions, but wasn't perfect. Well, tell me which game is. Could someone please tell me when the Devils have played a perfect first minute to 60? It is when the game is on the line. You need game changers, guys that can make the difference. And tonight, Jake Allen, man, he was so good in just so many different areas. And then they stayed glued, never gave up, and then win it in overtime. So you got to look at the game in segments. It's not the whole game. And, yeah, the Devils got beat on a few. But you know what? So what? That didn't mean they were going to lose. And that's what I like about the win, Matty. I don't think they think they're going to lose. I think in their mindset they're going to say, hey, we're going to find a way. And so far, especially on these last 5 games, all overtime, you said?
Yeah.
They have found a way.
They have 4-0-1 in that period, as we had hoped to have a little more from inside the dressing room, but as you might imagine, everyone's rushing to get out and want to head home. There'll be a day off tomorrow for the Devils. They'll return to practice on Monday. They'll be joined there by Dougie Hamilton and Connor Brown. If all goes well, they should join us on the second leg of the road trip, so that's good. Devils need to have guys come back into the lineup. Couple of notes from the game. Nico Hischier had 4 shots. Timo Meier had 5 to lead the way. Luke Glendening won 10 of 13 faceoffs.
Oh, especially in overtime. How good was that? I think it was 3 for 3 or 4 for 4.
Yeah. For Washington, Jacob Chikrin, 6 shots. 6 were attempted and blocked. 3 missed the target. The Devils blocked 21 shots, led by Nemitz's 4. So Shimon Nemitz contributing on all sides of the game.
Yeah, I'm watching him in front of the net, Matty. His body position. You know, if you really can be calm as a defenseman and just analyze and break down, this is where I should be positionally, you're not going to really be noticed, but you're always there, and that's what he's doing now.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost like you don't notice him because he doesn't make any glaring mistakes, and when you do notice him, he's usually scoring a goal.
Yeah, that's all good.
That's all good.
We love that. So the Devils back in action on Tuesday. They'll begin the second leg of the road trip with 2 games in Florida. Tuesday, it's Tampa, as the Devils will play the Lightning. Then it's the Florida Panthers before the trip ends against the Philadelphia Flyers. Tuesday's game will be heard on the Devils Hockey Network.